Hi, all you SPMEs out there. Today's topic has 3 points, and you're going to want to stick around because the third point is a secret as to why you absolutely must publish using Lulu. Now let's get into it. So today's topic is Lulu self-publishing. Now, perhaps you're an author, or you've written your very first book, or you've published a book, and you've heard of all of the different distribution channels that you can put your book on, and you've also heard the different formats that are available. And one in particular is hardback books. And you've wondered a little bit because you've heard with Lulu, you can put your ebooks on there, and you can put paperback books, and you can also do hardback books through them. But is it really worth doing that? Because you've heard there's also a cost associated with going with Lulu. And that is what we're going to answer in today's video. This is Chris Baird from selfpublishingmadeeasynow.com, where self-publishing doesn't have to be so hard. Hit the subscribe button if you'd like for me to make more videos like this one, and check out below in the description and you can grab a copy of my absolutely free self-publishing checklist to make sure that you are not skipping any of the steps necessary to successfully self-publish your books and get them to sell. So let's get into it. When I first got started, I had put my books onto Amazon and the 3 different routes that Amazon provides. That is the paperback route, the Kindle self-publishing route, and ACX Audible, getting my audiobooks through the Amazon channels. I figured, why would I need to use any time and effort to put it through any additional channels? Well, I had heard about hardcover books, but in reality, why would you actually do that? Because to publish hardcover books, you have to pay money. Unlike the other channels, you don't have to pay anything. You can run all of your Amazon stuff through, and once your book is on paperback, what's the point of putting it into hardback? Well, there were people in the groups that I was a part of that were making sales on their hardcover books, and they were saying, you definitely need to get in on this hardcover craze. And the answer is I began to look at it because I realized something they pointed out, which is that some readers only like books in one format. Some like audiobooks, some like paperback, some like their ebooks, and some of them only like hardcover books. So if it's between your book and another book they're considering buying, they are going to go for your book if it's in the format that they wish to consume it. Or maybe they won't go for any books if it's not in that format. So the hardcover book option is something you definitely want to do. So I was looking to see what is the cheapest way I can do print on demand with hardcover books. And that is when I discovered Lulu, after looking at all of the different options available. And I saw that you only have to pay for the proof, that is the review copy of the book. Well, they'll send it to you and they will give you the ISBNs for free. So that makes them a superior option when it comes to getting your books out as hardbacks. And then what happened was I started making monthly sales on those books, and as a result, I compensate the money that cost me to put it out, which was around $20, and that money's coming back, and then you have this money coming in on a regular basis for people who are only looking for the hardback. And the other thing to remember is that it builds credibility, because when they look at your book and see that it's available in paperback and an ebook, an audiobook, and hardback. I mean, some people even go with CD Baby and put it in CD format, but that might be going a little bit further than I actually am willing to put the effort in. But the hardback is an option you should consider for your longer books and for the books that are already making sales in the other formats. It's a good way of just bringing in some additional cash and expanding our particular thing. So, Lulu self-publishing? Well, the first thing is it's the hardcover books. We don't really need to doing paperback and these others. You should do paperbacks through Ingram Spark, but that also costs even more money to do that because they want you to come with your own ISBN. Unless you're in the US, they'll give it for free. And they also charge for the review of when they're going to go through the book. So everybody's trying to make money in different ways, and then they'll try to sell you, of course, on all of their marketing plans and such. But with Lulu, the thing is that you have advantages, which is getting the hardcover back books, but the downside is you have to pay for the proof, so $20 to $30 for that proof copy they're requiring, and the cover is a real pain. Their interface and their reports are awful in comparison to Amazon. Even Ingram Spark gives you better reports than what I found with regards to, actually Ingram Spark's also pretty bad. So So that is another thing you're definitely going to want to consider is, you look at the negatives, but then let's look at some of the positives. They supply the ISBN, so you do not have to come with that, and they don't charge you for the review either. And the other thing is you can use the exact same PDF that you generated for your KDP print version, which hopefully you did it in Jutoh, so it's correctly formatted. You can find my affiliate link below in the description that I use for all of my formatting needs on with regards to my books. And then you just re-upload that one. But the cover is a bit of a challenge, but you'll get used to doing the cover because you've already done the KDP print cover, and this one only requires a few additional skills to get your cover onto the Lulu platform. But the secret answer of the day is that some readers just prefer hardcover books. If you do not have a hardcover book, you are losing sales. And you're not going to want to have everything going through the same platform. Amazon may reach a point where they just simply don't want to mess with this anymore and they shut it all down. Or they decide they don't like giving you 50 to 70% royalties on your books, and they just drop it to 20 to 30%. Or like traditionally published books will give you 10 to 15%. So you're almost making no money on your sales. They could do that. And in this case, if you've already distributing wide and going through Lulu, you aren't going to face this particular challenge when it comes to your books. And that is something that will save you a lot of pain in the future should Amazon change its terms, and that you will continue to be pulling in money on a monthly basis even if there are changes. And the final thing is you need to decide whether or not you're going to meet the needs of those people who only want to read hardcover books. Now, Lulu, of course, offers the other options, but for me, I see those other options already being covered in the distribution channels between Smashwords, Ingram Spark, and Amazon's options. So we already have a massive distribution. The one thing we don't have is the hardcover books. And so that's an option. You could also, of course, use Ingram Spark through their option with hardcover, but then you have to, again, come back with an ISBN number. So I would still recommend that you would do the hardcover books using only Lulu. This is by far the winner, the one that continually brings me in money on a monthly basis. So have you published on Lulu? If you have, I want to know. So leave below in the comments yes if you have, and no if you haven't, so I am very clear over where you're coming from so I can create videos to better help you. And check up above me here and you can find more video answers to your self-publishing questions. Thanks.